So I just rolled into camp today. It is mid-January. We've got a few days left of the season for whitetails here in Oklahoma, but we're not necessarily targeting that today. We've kind of shifted gears already, and we're chasing hogs. But if a deer shows up, you know, we're definitely going to look at taking it. It'll have to be a pretty special buck to take it this late in the season, because you pretty much know they're going to make them unless predation or something gets them in the off season. So does are definitely on the table, but tonight we're kind of targeting hogs, and I'm going to do something a little different tonight. This is, and I will go over this in its entirety before this video's up, but this is my mobile pack for the ground. Okay, just like I said, I'll get into the details of it. It's probably 6-7 pounds total with everything that I need to hunt on the ground and my camera equipment. Maybe 6 to 8 pounds, something like that. So like I said, I'll go over it in the entirety, but I'm actually going into this spot planning to hunt on the ground because we've got some high winds today. So I'm gonna get down low, try to get in there with them. Hopefully we make it a 10-15 yard shot or something like that. But so I'm gonna get changed, get in there early, and maybe we can capitalize on a deer. But if something happens and it doesn't feel right, I've got a ladder stand there close that I use to bow hunt this hog trap. So if something doesn't feel right, we're gonna climb up there and sit there for the evening. So I'll get with you guys when I get in there. All right, guys, so I'm in. I had a good walk in, and wind was never against me. So I believe these hogs hang out in this thicket back here. But I'm gonna sit on the ground because it's really windy, north wind. I don't want to get up in that stand. I'm liable to freeze to death. Seems like the older I get, the less I can handle the cold. So, but I think I got a good setup right here. I'll flip it around here in a minute and show you. But I've got my ghillie suit jacket that I'm gonna throw on here in just a minute after I do this little pre-hunt interview. But I've got my bamboo backed Osage bow. I've got some camo material right here in front of me, and some cedar trees that I've cut to kind of break up my angle. I've got my secondary camera out there facing me. I'd like to see if I can get a pass through from the opposite side. So I've had a little trouble really getting deep into these hogs with my bamboo backed Osage bow. So this week I built some new arrows, and so they are 200 grains up front with pushing 630 grains total overall. So I'm really wanting to see if they get in there and get in and do what they need to do. So I've killed a couple of hogs with this bow, and then I've shot a couple that I didn't recover that never showed back up. I'm pretty sure I shot that big boar, and it took him 3 days, but I think he finally died. So I'm sitting right next here to this ladder stand, and my plan with that is that I've got a group coming in at 3 o'clock. There's like 4 or 5. They try to get in here early and pick up what corn's left from this morning. I'm hoping that I get a shot there, and then if it gets too late and gets too dark, which the other group has been coming in here before that, I shouldn't have no trouble shooting 2 of them right here on the ground. But if it does get a little late and I've got to stay a little late, I've got my ILF right here hanging on this tree behind me. I'm gonna grab it. I've got my night light on it, and jump up this ladder stand and wait for a little bit after dark, see if they come in. But if everything goes the way it should, which that means it probably won't, but I should have 2 hogs killed right here on this trap tonight if I do my part. So I'm gonna get my jacket on, I'm gonna get settled in here, and see if we can get it done. All right, guys, hopefully you can see this. So I went ahead and got down. You can see, my setup right back in there. So, man, she is bleeding profusely. So I think we're getting close to recovery. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera on and kind of show you guys some blood. But immediately she was bleeding, and man, I'm impressed with what that arrow did. Let's go. I found half of it right back there. So got blood all right through there. Man, and you know, they run into the thick of it, man. Oh yeah, she kept me for it. You see all that blood right up in there. This is why I had to stop, take my jacket off so I don't tear it up. Let me get around here. I gotta go around, get back on the trail. This is why sometimes, man, I choose to let the coyotes have them, because, oh, right there she is. I see her. Oh, jeez. Yep, there she is right there. I choose to let the coyotes have them sometimes because they run into, that's what they run into. Right there. There she is. Oh, look at that. Man, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Jeez. There we go. Big old sow. Big sow. Man, I'm happy with that one. I'm happy with what that arrow did. That is awesome. Sorry about the shaky camera work, but man, I'm gonna get her out of here. I want to get her out of here and get some pictures with her. Call and see if I can find a family that wants her. So she'll be a good one because she's probably nursing some piglets. So I'll pick my arrow back up. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But it drove it up almost to the fletchings, and that's what I want to have. I love shooting this bamboo back bow so much that I want to find the setup that works for these hogs. So I'm headed down the right road. All right, now the work starts. All right, as promised, this is the morning after that I harvested my hog, and I want to take a few minutes to show you guys my mobile ground setup that I use. It's still a work in progress. It's just something that I added to the toolbox this year, so I know there's improvement, but maybe it'll give you some ideas, okay? I was able to set up yesterday and get within 12 yards of that hog. They had no idea I was there. Hopefully you could tell that from the video. Anyway, I just got a SJK Slumberjack pack. I bought this at a Walls, like a fire sale for like 20 bucks years ago. I've carried it off and on through the years because it has the side attachment, stuff like that. So just kind of get into it real quick. Of course, man, I always look for packs that have MOLLE because this thing has been priceless this year. The Ape Canyon Desperado Pouch. I carry all my little essentials in there for my ground setup, for my saddle setup, for my lock-on setup, for whatever. And I switch this from pack to pack, from saddle to saddle. So something that I almost don't leave home without. Carry my saw in there, just a few things, bow hanger, stuff like that. Then in this lower pouch here, I am going to downsize these, but I carry a couple little clamps. That way I can clamp my material up or blind material or something like that if I need to kind of put in front of me. And then of course, a chair. Okay, this is one thing that I have found that is not worth skimping on. Okay, mine is just like it's the double bull archery. I've had it for years, but it's big enough that, you know, I can sit in it and feel comfortable for 4 hours. So it's got a shoulder strap on it, but I don't use it. I just attach it to the side. So don't skimp on your chair. Okay, then my side pouch over here, I'll throw my arm guard, stuff like that in there. Tab, just different little things like that that I need to access. And then over here on this side, this stuff is super cheap, man. Amazon find. It is I believe a 4x6 blanket of camo material. Folds up real nice and tight, and I use this for back cover. If I don't have back cover, I will create back cover, or I will use this to put in front of me. And I don't know if you'll be able to see in that video once I get it edited, but I have this draped up in front of me, and I do that to kind of hide movements of my hands or my feet, and kind of break up my outline. So super cheap on Amazon. It has got some, I mean, man, I just stake it in the ground. If I need to cut a hole in it to hang it on a limb, I do. When I get it destroyed, I'm just going to buy another one. Super cheap. I'll try to put a link in the description for all this stuff. And then front pocket here, flashlight, camo paint, stuff like that, GoPro remote, whatever I need. Then over here, of course, I've got it out because I'm using it right now. I'll put my GoPro case, put all my camera stuff in here, okay? And then to the inside, what I'm using is just an old cheap ghillie suit off Amazon, okay? And you'll notice that these are, if you go look at them, I'll find the link, okay? Here's the jacket, okay? Since I hunt with the traditional bow, I trim up the sleeve. Hopefully you guys can see that. I trim up the sleeve so I can wear an arm guard, keep everything done. And when you go look on Amazon, these will be like 5 pieces. They will have a hood, face mask, all that stuff. What I did was I cut my hood out and, let's see, get it rotated here, made it into a hood. I sewed it to my jacket so it would be one less thing that I had to keep up with, okay? So there's the jacket, and then here's the pants, okay? Now, I don't wear these pants every time, okay? It just depends on the setup, but I carry them with me. But one thing I've done, they're drawstring. One thing I've done is I cut them off at the knees, okay? If you walk around in this stuff down here where I hunt, you're gonna be caught up in everything. So what I do is I walk in with this pack and I set up, put this stuff on, and I set down, okay? Because if I need to make a slight movement or something because the sun or I'm not in the shadows, I can do that. But I'm not walking half a mile in this stuff. It'll be shredded. But like I said, because I'm sitting down, this stuff hangs mid-shin. Okay, yesterday I did not have this on because I had my camo material up in front of me and I felt like I was gonna be okay. So, cut them things off, make them shorter, do what you can there. So that's about it, man. It's super minimal and it's getting the job done, man. I've tried it a couple years. I'm sorry, I tried it a couple of times this year on hogs and have been able to get in. I mean, I shot one at like 5-6 yards, shot the other one yesterday at 10-12 yards, and then deer, I've gotten pretty close to some deer. Maybe some wind got me, you know, just some different things got me, but it's something that I'm going to try to evolve in my setup to help me. So like I said, man, I mean, I put this thing together. Most of it was stuff I had. I put it together for, I don't know, $100, you know? So anyway, just want to take a few minutes, show you guys my mobile ground setup, and it's working out pretty good. I'm going to keep trying it out as the season goes on for hogs, but I'll try to put links and all the links in the description and stuff. So stay after them, guys.